Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to the IRCODE booth, where we are competing with the next stage, and we're just going to call ourselves the next stage. And as people are clearing out from there, they're going to come and sit here and talk to us. My name is Raphie Aronowitz, and I am the head of strategic partnerships for IRCODE. And I am sitting with my good friend. Why don't you introduce yourself to everyone?
Hey guys, I'm the founder and CEO of Game Over Media. We're a music and gaming technology company that is based in Los Angeles.
I got to tell you, a gaming and technology company that is called Game Over Media is, it still blows my mind that you were able to get that name. It's absolutely perfect. So you and I were talking early on, and I was trying to understand the exact intersection that you stand at, right? And perhaps in my own charming way, maybe being a tad bit confrontational. And you called me out on it. And you said, think back to a moment in time when you were playing a game and it all kind of switched for you.
So when I started the company, I came from a musical background. I was a DJ and producer, toured the world. I did all the ultra festivals, and in 2017 I started to become very friendly with the guys at FaZe Clan at that time, which they were the largest content creators on the internet. Their engagement was just through the roof, and I noticed at that time that they were getting more engagement than a lot of these A-list artists on YouTube and Instagram, etc. So we started to test out different ways of marketing music through their channels. And we put out a song independently, and it went extremely viral. It did about 90 million streams independently. So all the major record labels started to reach out, trying to understand how we were doing this and what we did to get this song so viral. So that really opened my eyes up to the power of what was to come in the music and gaming intersection. So we started creating these big moments, putting some of the top artists on stream with some of the top creators, and creating these large, impactful moments that we're now, seeing the music industry doing on a daily basis.
So I have to imagine that in success probably came a lot more questions, right? Like question number one is, how do you replicate something going viral, right? How do you figure out how it caught fire and then do that again, right? Which it seems like you've done an exceptional job of figuring out, at first without any tech support, and then now with proprietary tech support that you've created. But my bigger question is that the nut that you cracked is one where, okay, we have over 90 million views and we have this incredible audience. But I had found on the brand side that for me, it was impossible to get into that world because there was no point of entry, because that was the I don't want to be marketed to. I see your silly product placement and I don't like it, and I'm not going to watch that. So how did you begin to harness the power of all of the eyeballs that you have and then start to do the impossible, which is work in ways to generate revenue and work in ways to become of value to a brand that wanted to crack into that space?
Yeah, I think Twitch and a lot of these live streamers are really where the culture stands right now. So when you're putting, like, I put the artist Tyla on Kai Cenat's stream, and that created a moment so big that those short form clips are still going viral, like every 3 months. And that's really like an organic and genuine collaboration that we were able to go in and essentially help with the strategy on stream. So we would say, hey, make sure you guys are playing Fortnite for 15 minutes. Make sure you guys are, hitting these talking points. And then from there, our team goes in and takes those short form clips and distributes those to different outlets. So we had a big moment in the Fortnite community. We had a big moment with all of the Tastemaker, the Complexes of the world picked it up. So our main focus now within our tech is creating this viral growth engine where we're able to maximize content at scale in a very short amount of time. So we'll have like thousands of clippers in our communities or creators or people that
what's a clipper?
it's someone that it's basically what we're doing is taking long form pieces of content and having people clip short form pieces of content and then distributing out to their pages. I mean, there's definitely a lot of courses and even for what we're doing, we're actually teaching the community how to clip. So these are ways that the community can actually earn revenue on a performance marketing basis. So we have these moments that we put into stream. Like we just did this activation with the artist Bia and Epic Records like 2 weeks ago. She was live streaming from the studio. They were debuting a new song, and we put that opportunity in our clipping community. We had over 200 pieces of content clipped and posted in literally 2 days. So each creator or clipper, they have to hit a certain threshold of viewership. So if they hit 100,000 views, they hit the CPM model, they get paid out. If they go over 100,000 views, they have a opportunity to make a lot more money based off of how many views they get or how viral the clip goes. So, as this performance marketing piece continues to grow, it actually eliminates a lot of risks that brands would take when it comes to spending on influencers. Like some of these influencers are charging $10,000 for one Instagram post, but if that post flops, that's a big loss for the brand. And that's been one of the main issues with influencer marketing over the last 3 years is how do we eliminate that risk? And this model has been super effective and has been really guaranteeing X amount of viewership for our clients, which they've been super happy for.
The questions about the synthetic influencers, right? So I know I have a friend that has an AI app. He searches your website, creates a synthetic influencer on TikTok, goes out, finds relevant videos, clips it, puts an overlay on it, and it's just doing A/B testing until it starts driving some traffic.
Yeah, we've actually built our own AI agent, and we're about to do a big partnership with one of the major record labels for it to be the first autonomous agent signed to a major record label, and that's going to be a digital character behind it. We're training the AI agent currently on the language model of the personality traits that this agent will have, and it also we're working with our creative design team to actually train the agent to create its own content. So not only can it respond to fans on Twitter, make its own post on Twitter, it could also communicate with the community in Discord, and then it can also create content on the fly, which I think is also going to be a big help in a lot of music artists that struggle with that side of it. Some artists and content creators just want to focus on their craft, and this I think will be another extension to helping out artists and content creators as these AI agents get more and more developed.
Thank you. So taking a little step back, right? 'Cause the thing that's fascinating to me is the tech engine, the AI platform that you're creating. But I feel like at every different step in your journey, your success has really exposed you to a new challenge to solve, right? So you have a video that goes viral and the challenge becomes, well, how do I replicate that? And then you have this huge community that looks to you and trusts you because you're pumping out relevant and authentic content that's meaningful to them. And you're like, okay, well, how can I pump some revenue out from this and start to introduce brands? And you do that through partnerships and the collaborations and different appearances into gaming platforms, which I think is absolutely brilliant, right? Then you get hit with, now there's tons and tons of content that we need to sift through and figure out how to sort it out, right? So I think we were at the point in the conversation where you then started to go out and to pull in clippers, which are just members of different communities, right, that follow different content creators, and then they clip content and they send it to you, or they clip content and they just post it wherever they post it?
Yeah, they post it on their pages, but our system tracks, they have to authenticate into our system, so it tracks exactly how much viewership they're getting, and it puts it into a leaderboard essentially. So we basically gamify the distribution of content within our platform. That's really the goal. And the other goal is to say, if I'm a brand and they come to me, or I'm a record label and they come to me, is how do we get 1,000 pieces of content distributed in a matter of 24 hours or 48 hours? That's the goal. of why I built out the tech product, so that we could actually do that for companies in the near future.
Right. And then you've sort of created your own analog focus groups, right, through all the clippers, because now you could see what bits of content from the people that they follow are relevant. You can track them in a very easy way because you've created then a platform where you could pull in all of this data and populate it onto a leaderboard. So now you're getting like the formula, but then you're faced with this sort of newfound challenge where the truly relevant influencers aren't so much the ones with millions upon millions of followers. Those don't necessarily move the needle, right? So now you have all of these micro influencers where some of them might even have as little as 5,000 followers, but are super relevant in a very niche market. You had to figure out how to appeal to all of them and to scale, right? And so then now you built out this SaaS platform where all of it, could you talk about that for a little bit? Because I think that's
a really
fascinating.
good point, because now we're moving into the direction of viral content is king. So we have pages with 15,000 followers, but because the content is so relevant at that time, or it's a very it's like we call them hype moments. It's like the right hype moment that was taking from a live stream. Those particular pieces of content are getting 15, 20 million views and going viral on their own. So that's the beauty of having this viral growth engine at scale, is because, you get 200 pieces of content in a few days, and you're doing millions and millions of views that would normally take anywhere from 3 weeks to a month to execute, just on a regular agency level.
Right. So now you kind of have almost all of the pieces, right? You have the clippers, you have the influencers, you have the distribution, you have the endless amount of supply that's coming in, you have the data to support what you believe is going to go viral versus what you think you should just kind of ignore. But you're not creating any content yourself. You're just dependent on the market and all of these different ecosystems that you've tapped into. Could we then talk about now how you're creating content and you're creating IP? Could we talk about the way that you're bringing back a little slice of my video gaming youth?
Yeah. So earlier, at summer of last year, we started talking with some game developers that were developing a new version of the old Def Jam Vendetta game, which was essentially a Street Fighter game for rappers. It was a very popular game in the early 2000s, and it was actually like the first real intersection of music and gaming, in my opinion. So we've been in development with a game, a new mobile game that is essentially bringing back Def Jam Vendetta, which is really going to be the new wave of direct artist monetization, is what I've been calling it. This is going to give artists a totally new revenue stream, where when you do activations in Fortnite or Roblox, it's very small amount of revenue that you're getting based on how much these platforms are taking. Like Roblox will take 70% of all income that's made, and obviously these are like microtransactions. So this is going to give artists an entirely new revenue stream and a new opportunity to make just as much money or more than what they're doing on Spotify. So we have 30 of the top hip hop artists and artists in music, and obviously the comparison to Def Jam Vendetta was pre-social media. So this game has an incredible opportunity to go extremely viral. It hits culture at the top level, in my opinion, and as we start to develop our own tech and launch this tech product that we've been discussing, it's going to add a lot of value to our further IP that we're developing internally that still fits within the music and gaming intersection.
So I've sat in a lot of rooms and I've heard the word holistic approach. I've heard the word 360, and we have a 360 model, and I've rolled my eyes every single time. And one of the reasons why I was so excited to chat with you today is because you've actually opened my eyes to what that model could be. It's not just lip service. It's not just saying, hey, there's a lot of opportunity around here and we need to be relevant. It's saying, identifying, oh, we need a stream of supply. We need demand and eyeballs. We need relevance. We need their content. We need our content. We need distribution. Like, really good on you for not only creating a niche, but owning every aspect of it. And it turns out it's not a niche at all. It turns out that you are right where we all need to be as far as the convergence of tech, gaming, music, culture, entertainment, film, influencer, all of it. And congratulations on just an excellent job of not only positioning yourself there at the right time, but really growing something out as robust as you have.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate that.
Thank you, guys.